being fresh, SC. I'm not even playing. I enjoyed the friendship we had built over time and didn't want to complicate things. Well, what if are you teasing him, girl? If I had I would smack you in the face with it.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down.
Nas, I'm just not ready to have any more kids right now, and I want to play it safe. We need to work on our situation first before we have more children, I explained. That night, while in bed, Nas started to feel a little frisky. When I pulled out the box of condoms, he huffed and puffed, but eventually put it in. Things were off to a good start, and then all of a sudden, Nas just stopped. Carm, something doesn't feel right. I'm taking this condom off. After Nas removed the condom, his man slouched some. There goes that. Then he started breathing heavy and said he was feeling a burning sensation. Maybe you're sensitive to the brand. You'll be fine. So this is what Carmen said that I didn't know. When a condom expires, it causes a burning sensation. I didn't know that. I just thought an expired condom just crackles. That's what I thought, that maybe the juice on the condom that assists just stops working or dries up. That's what I thought. I didn't know that condoms can cause a burning sensation for the man. I knew it could for the woman if the woman was allergic to latex or rubber. I'm very much allergic to latex and rubber. Very much so. Okay? I done had some issues with some condoms in the day. But then they created the lambskin. No issues. I ran back into the bedroom, took a look at the box of condoms, and noticed that the box had expired over a year ago. The hell? Oops, my bad. Nas was on fire. I really don't believe that, Carmen. I think you're going to need more people. But hello, America, yous out there in the world that have the penises. Has your penis ever been set on fire by an expired condom? On Christmas Eve day, Risa called to say she'd heard a rumor that Nas had been robbed on Jamaica Avenue after getting a haircut. I couldn't reach Nas on his cell, so I called his barber at the shop, who said that right after Nas left, they heard some shots. It was ridiculous how fast the news spread. I felt like I was going to pass out. The thought of losing Nas had never hit home so hard before. I couldn't imagine life without him. Finally, he came home, thank God. Nas, are you okay? I rushed over to him as he walked in the door. No blood on him. That was good. No gauze, bandages either. Yeah, he said with a feigned offhandedness. Well, what happened, I asked. I was coming out of the barbershop up to the Coliseum parking lot. This dude was on the ramp and he came up and pushed a gun in my side, and the ninja was talking to me like he knew me. Nas, it ain't personal, but it is the day before Christmas and I gotta do what I gotta do. So I grabbed the gun. Carm, me and this ninja were struggling for the gun. And the next thing I knew, the shiz dropped and I just took off. That shiz was so crazy. Yo, I can't believe that shiz just happened. My only response was wrapping my arms around him. By the spring of 1997, the money from It Was Written was pouring in. Nas bought a brand new black Mercedes V600 and a white Ford Expedition with the biggest wheels I'd ever seen. What? That's Lou, y'all, snoring. That's Lulu. My bad. He would also come home often with jewelry, bracelets, and furs for Des and me. Not to mention the cash he would drop on us. Some nights after performing, Nas came home with pillowcases and shoeboxes full of money. Girl, you should have Shawnee O'Neal that shiz. Because you know they saying right now this girl is homeless. You know, I would have Shawnee O'Neal that shit. They didn't have Bitcoin or cryptocurrency back there, so I don't know what you would have did to lock that money in, girl. But I don't know, girl. I don't know. He was good for blowing his earnings on ostentatious luxuries, such as flying his barber to Paris to cut his hair for a show rather than having it cut before he left, or covering travel expenses for 15 of his closest friends on tour. Okay, MC Hammer. This time, I insisted Nas invest wisely. It was time to buy a house. So they got a house. Lou. And guess what, y'all? He got his mammy a condo. Hooray! As we were moving into the Rosalind house, Mrs. Jones was spreading her wings in a garden apartment condominium that Nas had purchased just for her. Shasha announced a move herself to Los Angeles. This was the happiest I had ever seen my mother in a long time. We went shopping, decorated, and did some sightseeing. It was nice to reconnect with Shasha since I'd not seen much of her in the past year. I left Long Beach knowing I would one day move to California myself. Even though Nas and I had just bought a new home in Rosalind, he was back to his old tricks. He had no time for us. This just gave my friendship with SC a better opportunity to grow. So when Sean Carter called and invited me to his new apartment in New Jersey, I accepted without hesitation. When I arrived at the address, the first thing I noticed was the elegance of the building's exterior. We ate and chatted throughout dinner, but halfway through, I couldn't resist teasing him. I took my sandal off and slid my foot up his leg and rested it in his lap. SC laughed. Look like we are not going to make this movie, huh? Girl, you about to get a good. The movie we'd planned was out of the question. We wound up back at SC's place in front of the tube, holding hands and talking. After we kissed and dry humped for like ever, SC tried his luck. Don't even think about it, I warned. Wait a minute, Carmen. Okay, so pause in the drawers. One thing I will say about the Jay-Z is that he is not a vagina taker. Carmen, girl, you talking about let's be friends. Stop playing games with that man. I've been one of them ladies. It was fun to me to tease a man until it wasn't. Come on, Carm. It's been like a year. When are we going to do the freshie? The what? I asked, trying not to burst out laughing. What did you just say? The freshie. He repeated as I knew what the hell that meant. Sean Carter, what the F is the freshie? Where do you get these things from? The freshie. Booberry. I laughed. Okay, when are we going to do it? Is that better? He chuckled. When I'm ready. When are you going to be ready? Don't you know me well enough already? It's been a year. Come on, Carm. You can't be serious. I know a lot of dudes ended up leaving you alone just because of the weight. And I know they weren't feeling you as much as I do. Yeah, Carm. Did you make the Allen Iverson weight? Hell no. Allen Iverson got the vagina the next day. You ain't shiz, Carm. His transparent manipulation was exasperating. First of all, we'll do it when I say we're going to do it. And that's if we do it. Second, you're not going anywhere because you've already invested the time. Like you said, it's been a year. Third, those same dudes that left because they couldn't wait don't know what they're missing. Maybe you will one day. Maybe. Allen Iverson didn't wait. He didn't have to wait. I don't know what you're talking about, Carmen. SC was silent. I could have sworn I heard crickets. I assumed I had shut him down and leaned back onto the couch. Seconds later, his hands were back up my dress, pulling at my panties. Stop being fresh, SC. I'm not even playing. I enjoyed the friendship we had built over time and didn't want to complicate things. Well, why the fuck are you teasing him, girl? If I had a dick, I would smack you in the face. When a woman is intimate with a man, especially one whom she genuinely cares for, she can't help but catch feelings. I wanted him, but refused to give in. But SC was persistent. Every time that I pulled my panties up, he pulled them. But SC was persistent. Every time I pulled my panties up, he pulled them down. Finally, I bolted off the couch and ran to the back bedroom. Girl, you should have ran out the door, you dummy. If you ain't want to give him the vagina, you should have ran out the door. Girl, don't be teasing the Sean Carter. Now I'm on Jay-Z's side. Lou, come on, baby. All that snoring shit, come on. I ducked into the kitchen, not realizing he was in there, and jumped on the counter. What did you do that for? Where are you going? In the cabinet, he laughed. Then he pushed my shoulders down and jumped on top of me. It felt like it was getting ready to go down. I had to think quickly. We can't do it. You don't have a condom, I said. He immediately stopped. I'll be right back. He got off the counter and disappeared. I didn't intend to have sex with SC, but now he was on his way back with a condom. I jumped off the counter and ran out on the balcony. He finally caught me in the bedroom and threw me on a bed. I was giggling the whole time. He was holding me down with one hand and fidgeting with something with the other. He was putting that condom on, girl. I caught a glimpse. He was putting on a condom. Stop, Sean. I wasn't giggling anymore. Why? What's the problem? He asked. If you recall, I said you didn't have on a condom. I didn't say to get one. We kissed some more. And as we lay there with our bodies flushed together, I could feel his action at my entrance. I felt the tip just barely into me. Stop, Sean. SC became very still. He looked me dead in my eyes. Do you really want me to stop? He asked. Yes. Okay, he said, and rolled off of me. That's that nigga. That's that nigga right there. I like that shit. Okay, he said, and rolled off me. SC had a little attitude and took a seat on the floor, pretending to watch television, his pout making his lips even larger than usual. His forehead was as wrinkled as a man twice his age. Just 10 minutes later, he was back in the bed, laughing and joking with me. I appreciated SC's efforts to maintain his self-control. It really showed his respect for my wishes, and that meant a lot. His willingness to restore our usual good humor and get things back to normal was a testament to his character. Word. After that night, it seemed like SC and I were magnets. Over the next few months, just about every time I went out, we bumped heads. Nas had a show on my 26th birthday, which freed me to celebrate the occasion with my closest friends. I knew the perfect spot for my birthday dinner. Justin's, Puffy's new Caribbean and soul food place. Pause. I wouldn't patron Puffy's joint after he threatened my job. Fuck him and Justin.